Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving headfirst into the beginning of a brand new epic science fantasy saga called The Logos War. And this is a story that kicks off not with some huge explosion, but with a whisper, a secret that's been hiding in the static of the universe this whole time.
So, let's start with the central, absolutely explosive idea of this whole series. I want you to just forget about random chance, forget chaos, and just ask yourself this one huge question. What if reality itself? Well, what if it's not random at all? What if it's all built on a deep underlying language, a kind of source code for the entire cosmos?
Now, the story drops us into a world that feels, well, it feels kind of familiar, actually. It's a world where science seems to have lost its nerve, that grand ambition, to answer the biggest questions out there. It's just faded, and it's left this sort of intellectual silence in its place.
The story frames this problem perfectly. Think about it. The huge breakthroughs of the 20th century, that was like discovering brand new continents. But today, the field has retreated into just making tiny little improvements. No one's looking for new worlds anymore. They're basically just polishing the details on old maps.
And this stagnation? It is perfectly captured in the office of one Dr. Alistair Finch. I mean, the story describes it as a museum, a shrine to doing nothing new. Everything about it, the smell of old paper, the dark wood, the ghost of chalk dust in the air, it all just screams of a world where everything important has already happened.
And into this world of comfortable, dusty decay steps our protagonist, Jaron Miles. He is your classic brilliant outsider, right? A Ph.D. candidate who has the absolute audacity to believe that the entire scientific establishment is reading the book of the universe completely upside down.
His weapon in this fight is this radical, super controversial idea he calls Informational Field Theory. And yeah, the establishment sees it as pure heresy, but for Jaron, it's a total revelation. He believes the very static, the noise that scientists spend their entire careers trying to get rid of, that's not noise at all. It's the shadow of a true, deeper language.
So what does he do? Working in total isolation, he builds this custom, scavenged-together supercomputer he names Echo. And its only job is to listen, to sift through decades and decades of data on the cosmic background radiation, looking for the one thing everyone else has just dismissed, a message, hidden in the hiss of creation itself.
Okay, so all of this radical work, it's leading somewhere. It's leading to a critical moment, a confrontation with his superior, Dr. Finch. This is the old guard clashing head-on with a very dangerous new idea.
So Finch comes in and he starts by praising Jaron's other work, the conventional, safe stuff. He offers him a golden ticket, a well-funded, totally respectable project. It's a clear path to a great career. The only catch? He has to abandon his little distraction, this crazy search for a language in the static.
But Jaron, he pushes back. He tries to get Finch to understand, look, this isn't some fantasy. I'm not just speculating here. His machine, Echo, has actually found something. Real evidence of a coherent, non-random structure where there should only be, well, chaos.
Finch's reaction is just instant and absolute. You gotta remember, this is a hardened experimentalist whose entire career was built on the brutal, painstaking work of eliminating noise. So for him, Jaron's theory is basically sacrilege. To Finch, the universe doesn't write poetry. It's just noise.
And then he delivers the final crushing blow. He calls Jaron's work numerology. I mean, for one physicist to say that to another, that is the most profound insult you can possibly imagine. He's dismissing Jaron's entire life's work as nothing more than magical thinking, like reading tea leaves in the static.
But here's the thing, and this is so crucial. Finch isn't just being a cruel villain here. In his own rigid, kind of suffocating way, he actually thinks he's helping. He sees Jaron as this brilliant mind who's drowning in a fatal obsession, and he's trying to save him by chaining him to the safety of the dock.
Defeated, Jaron leaves the office. And in that hallway, he crosses his own personal point of no return. As he walks through the department, he finally sees it with perfect clarity. He's surrounded by brilliant people who are just content to color inside the lines, to polish the bars of their own cages.
And he realizes it's not just the old guard either. It's his own generation. I mean, he tries to explain his theory to his friend Ben, and you can just see the lights go out. Ben's eyes just glaze over. He is completely, totally alone in this.
And in that moment of total intellectual isolation,
Something inside him just shifts. All that frustration, all that disappointment, it curdles into this hard, cold resolve. If no one will listen to the whisper, well, he'll just have to get a result so loud it becomes a roar they can't possibly ignore.
And that decision? It's not just about his academic career anymore. No way. This is the first shot fired in a war for the very nature of reality itself. Getting his proof, as you can see here, is going to trigger alarms in some secret agency, and it's going to send a signal out into the cosmos that, well, that it's answered.
So all of a sudden, Jaron is caught in a cosmic crossfire. On one side, you've got this ruthless human agency hunting him down, an agency that sees his discovery as a massive threat to global stability. And on the other side, his signal is answered by these powerful, mysterious allies who let him know he's just stumbled into a secret war that has been raging for eons.
Jaron is determined to get a result so loud they can't ignore it. And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway from this first chapter. He's about to succeed, but he has absolutely no idea what he's about to unleash. So the real question isn't whether he'll find something in the noise. It's what happens when the static finally decides to speak back.